Ladies and gentlemen, the school year just began in certain parts of the country, and they're already noticing even less students have returned to school. Now, I did a story on this maybe about a month ago. Well, it did not get better. They're calling the absenteeism chronic, and the rates are showing little signs of return, and it's starting even with kindergarten students. Chronic absenteeism surged 40% among kindergarten students between 2021 and 2022 school year. And they're saying they're looking at the initial numbers for 2022, 2023, and it's not better. It's not better. They already see in the beginning of the school year that it got worse. Mm, mm, mm. And you know what? With all this stuff going on with getting rid of books and the things that are going on with eliminating African American studies, I think people are getting turned off. You know, in America, like I said to y'all before, education has never been good. It's never been good. You know, not to mention all the stories that come out of school for bullying and the racism, and our black children are dealing with problems concerning their hair. And and I think after the pandemic, when people had their children at home that were being schooled, by internet, I think attitudes just changed, and parents got to really see and hear many of these teachers. And during that time, if you remember, a lot of racism came out during those sessions online. And parents got a real good look of what their children were going through with certain teachers in this country and even some of the students. So, enrollment in kindergarten has long lagged below other grades, due in part to optional status, especially in places like California. But enrollment among kindergartners and transitional kindergartners dropped the most rapidly, especially between 2019, 2020, and 2021, 2022 school years, 9 points and 15 points, respectively. So they're saying right now is a good time to teach parents that early childhood education is about more than just finger painting and naps. I think there's a lot of opportunity to educate parents, especially early and young learners, about critical foundation skills that are laid down in early grades. So, some of the educators are thinking, okay, the parents, that's who we need to target. And to be honest with you, I'm not even sure if that's going to work. I'm not sure if that's going to work, y'all. Chang and Peterson are part of a panel of experts in a roundtable. Chronic absenteeism. How can schools get students back to post pandemic levels? I don't know. Look, look at everything overall in society. You got parents that are not even concerned about sending their kids to school anymore. And you also got many of these employers out here that are fighting to get their workers back in the office. And many of those workers are resisting. They don't want to return back to the office at all. Nationally, the number of students who were chronically absent since the pandemic nearly doubled to 13.6 million, with 1.8 million of them in California, according to the national data compiled by Stanford University education professor Thomas S.D. in partnership with the Associated Press. EdSource collaborated in efforts with an analysis of California data showing increases in nearly every district in the number of students missing what amounts to weeks of school. They're saying these students are missing weeks of school. Chronic absence is defined by missing 10% or more of the school year. So, students for a typical 180-day school year, the totals are about 1 month of school is being missed. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. The problem goes back before kindergarten. Attending preschool is one of the best predictors of good attendance in kindergarten. But the preschool system took a hit during the pandemic too. The lack of preschool slots to meet demands sends messages that early education is optional rather than essential. That is having ramifications for the K through 12 system. School districts have both federal and state relief funds to address the surge in chronic absenteeism that has been especially acute among, now they're saying virtually students all across the board are missing. So you can't even pin it on one group of people. It's not one group of people. It's not one group of people, y'all. So they're saying they know this is not going to be a one size fit all solution. Rather, solutions vary depending on the district and community needs. Well, the question is, why are these parents turned off about sending their children to school? And I notice in this article, they'll talk about the children missing, but they are not talking about why the parents may be feeling a certain way about the education in this country. Maybe they feel it's not worth it. I'm just saying, it's very strange how all the way up to 2019, people were adamant about having their children in school. Their children had to be in school at all costs. And now the attitudes have changed. Okay, so that clearly had to change among the parents. I mean, these are underage children you're talking about, especially kindergarten. Yeah, I mean, so what changed among the parents? What are the parents feeling? And I even noticed in the last article that I did, it was the same way. They focused heavily on the children being missing, and the article really didn't have much about where the parents are standing on this whole thing. So I think until you address that, you're never going to get down to why these children are just not in school. So, y'all, please tell me what you think about this video and let me know if this is something happening in the school district you're in, because they're saying this is a nationwide problem. This is going on everywhere in every single state where attendance is dramatically down all over the country for school. But please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.